Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Real Deal Zoom Edition. Here we are on the web, surfing the internets. I'm your host, Kim. This is my co-host, Rocky. And give a round of applause. We have Kevin as our guest today.
Hello.
Alright, so let's start off with an easy question. Kevin, what is your name, preferred pronouns, your major, and your year?
Hello, everyone. My name is Kevin Augustine. My preferred pronouns are he and him. I'm a third-year computer science major, and stressful life, but I'm having fun.
You know what? That's the best we can do. Sounds like I would read that on a fortune cookie, so.
Yeah.
What do you do at, Academic Success Center, Kevin?
So I am a supplemental instruction leader for computer science. What I do essentially is I work with a team of people and we get our own section. We have our own class. We sit in on all the lectures, exams, labs, essentially trying to be the perfect student that everyone could look up to. And then we hold sessions every week going over the lecture material that we learned. And then we also have trainings, and it's honestly really fun because it's super casual. It's just a couple people chilling in a Zoom call, hanging out every single week.
Yeah, so it's kind of like tutoring, but kind of more like together as a community, and it's not just you talking to them, it's you like having them work together.
Yeah, so like for example, I'll come up with a problem, and we're huge like believers in the Socrates method, where you ask a question, don't answer a question, because we really like getting to the basics of the problem.
Yeah, so it's less like just memorization and more learning like
Mhm.
application tools. So
Yeah,
if
very hands-on.
Yeah. So if people like wanted to use this service, how could they get in contact with you?
I personally am an SI leader for my own section, but chances are if you're an SI supported course, that being chemistry or econ, phototech, CS1, CS2, you probably have an SI leader for that class. And he or she or they is probably sitting in your class. And they'll be sending you emails regularly. You can even go to the SI website, which lists all the courses and what we offer. And your SI would actually hold 2 sessions every single week that you could go to. They're virtual this semester.
How has kind of COVID affected like your workflow and all that?
Honestly, my workflow is very interesting because I sort of just do work when I can, sleep when I can, sort of thing. So COVID has really made it so that I spend a lot more time at home. So I get to get more work done during the day more and sleep more at night versus before. I used to be doing work at night, sleeping during the day.
We've been getting a lot of like common concerns from students and our listeners saying like, they have trouble concentrating now that like things are kind of like in this weird format. So do you have any tips that like could help you stay focused or anything that you personally do to help yourself keep focus on your work?
So I personally have ADHD, so I've had trouble with maintaining focus and concentrating my entire life. Like it's a constant struggle I'm dealing with. I'm still not really the best example for this, or like even the best at maintaining focus. But the most important thing for me is knowing my deadlines in and out, so you can prioritize which things are closer.
Jumping off of that, do you have like, your top 3 tips for students dealing with this shift into a hybrid or online learning format?
All right, so something I do is I try to keep a steady schedule every single day. So like all my Mondays would be the same, all my Tuesdays would be the same. Another tip would be planning your day the night before actually helps. Not just like your classes and stuff, like what time am I getting lunch? What time am I getting dinner? What am I going to do after my class?
Yeah, and oh, do you hear that in the distance? It's
What?
thunder.
Is it
It's
actually?
now no. Well, yes,
Oh.
in post.
Yeah, in post, in the edit,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Now
I have
tell me.
lightning right here and here.
Yes, we will do that
Okay.
for you. Yeah, we'll make it out of the fingers. Because now it's time for Kim's crazy segment of lightning round questions. Just a series of questions, and you're gonna just try to answer them. I'm just gonna keep going, so let's go. Alright, what is your favorite color?
Blue.
Do you like dogs or cats?
Cat.
What sound does a seal
I do
make?
like dogs. All.
Is it wrong
That
for a
was-
vegetarian to eat animal crackers?
No.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how good is your driving?
7.
Okay, what is your Halloween costume when you were 5 years old?
5 years old. Can I do 12 years old?
Okay, I guess.
Okay, when I was 12, I was Deadmau5, and then when I was 13, I was the Flash.
Interesting. We'll have to call your parents to make sure that it's to confirm. Say a word in Spanish.
Hola.
Would you eat a day-old taquito from 7-Eleven?
Yes.
What is the best age?
25.
Huh. Why can't we tickle ourselves?
Because I think the way the nerves work is that you think that you are being tickled, so that way, you know, your fingers can feel it as well as your body. So that's why you don't get tickled.
Interesting. Lifeguards?
Lifeguards?
Lifeguards.
I was a lifeguard. I was a lifeguard.
There we go. What is for dinner?
I'm going to Piecraft or Blaze for dinner tonight.
Nice. When did you realize that your childhood was over?
Let me think. That's a hard one. When was my child? Honestly, as soon as I started watching TV instead of reading books.
Wow.
That's
How-
a great answer.
Great answer, actually.
Yeah.
How often do you think it's healthy to cry?
I cry at least once a week. Not from school, from life. From school, it's a completely different answer.
Oh yeah, totally different equation. And do you believe in love at first sight?
No.
Well, this has been lightning round with Kim.
No, let me explain my answer. Love is something you build together, and it's not
I
something you
agree.
get by yourself.
Yes.
Love is a sunrise. Creeps up
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah. What?
Well, no, not in a.
Not at
not-
first sight.
Yeah. My eyes. No, wait. Disclaimer: don't go stare at the sun, kids. All right.
And don't stare at people.
Yeah.
Don't do that.